Okay, so Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, everyone? I hope everyone is great. At the beginning, I would like to this is the supplication which I promised you. I'm going to give you the translation of it. It's سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. The one which I used to say at the end of each session. The translation: Glory is to you, O Allah, and praise. I bear witness that there is none worthy of worship but you. I seek your forgiveness and turn to you in repentance. This is the translation of the supplication I used to say at the end of the session. Well, last times, my dear, I'm going to make a quick revision. We already took the articulation point of the natural mad alif, yes, and we said that fatha is sharing the same articulation point with alif, and we did cover this, alhamdulillah. And we took also the articulation point of the natural mad ya, and we said it's not only the articulation point, the exact articulation point. There is three cases are sharing the articulation point of natural mad ya, which is the easy letter, and the letter ya with any short vowel, fatha or dhamma or kasra, and the short vowel kasra itself, and we cover it already. Today we are going to have the last natural letter, mad, which is the waw. Waw with sukoon preceded by dhamma or preceded by a short vowel of its nature. How we pronounce the natural mad waw and the dhamma. Let me share something with you. This video, my dears, is explaining the articulation point of the natural mad waw. So kindly pay attention. Ooh, it's to pronounce the natural mad. It's waw with sukoon preceded by any letter with dhamma. So this is the sound of the natural mad waw. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I repeat it again. Okay. What I want you to notice, my dears, you can see the video, yes? You can see the video, my dears?
Yeah, we can see Ustada.
Yeah, I can see it well now, but it wasn't before. I just joined it again.
Thank you.
I'm going to leave for some minutes for doing my Maghrib Salat time and then join again, inshallah.
Very good. Okay. So I want you to pay attention to this, to the back of the tongue. It's raised. Yes? And the movement of the lips. And also this point, the tip of the tongue. Where is it? Very well. So, my dears, what happened here? that when I pronounce the, I want you only to have a whiteboard to help us. When we pronounce our D, the natural mad wow, the back of the tongue is raised. It was obvious in the video. The back of the tongue is raised, okay, a little. Tip of the tongue is touching the inner part of the lower front teeth. Ow, ow, huh? Here. This is number one. Number two, the lips are rounded in O shape in an average scale. And the opening is not too wide and not too narrow. So I say, ow, 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 okay? Not ow, and not ooh, ooh, ooh. This is no, ooh, very narrow, very wide. Both are not correct. Both are not correct. So when I pronounce the natural mad wow, as usual, first come from the oral cavity. It's running over through the oral cavity. The exact articulation point, the back of the tongue will be raised, okay? And the lips will be rounded in an average shape, and the opening in an average shape, average size, not too wide, not too narrow. Ow, ow. Is this the articulation point of the natural mad wow only? As usual, no. As usual, no. It's also the articulation point of number one, the eased letter wow, which is wow with sukoon preceded by fatha. It's also the articulation point of any wow with any short vowel. Wow with fatha, wow with damah, or wow with kasra. The same articulation point. Number three, it is also the articulation point of the short vowel kasra. Okay? So I will repeat. Kindly pay attention for this. It's so important. It's we can say it's more or less the same as we said with yeah, the same. Natural mad wow is produced from the oral cavity as a whole. The sound is running. Exact articulation point it is, as we did see in the video. Number one, back of the tongue will be raised. And between two practice, notice that, Mariam, you are writing. You are writing, Mariam. So cancel this from your options. You make those lines. So back of the tongue is going to be raised. Between two practice, notice, my dear, that the tip of the tongue is going to be touching the inner part of the lower front teeth. Number two, lips rounded in an average scale. The opening in average size. Not too much wide, not too narrow. Too much, too narrow, it will affect the sound. The exact articulation point, is it the articulation point of natural mad wow only? No. It is the articulation point like with yeah, the natural yeah, mad yeah. It is the articulation point of the eased letter wow, which is wow with sukun preceded by fatha, and of any wow with any short vowel. Wow with fatha, wow with damah, wow with kasra has the same articulation point, and it is the articulation point of the kasra, because kasra is the daughter of natural mad yeah. Here we have a very important question. What is the question? Well, in Quran, to differentiate in between the natural mad and the eased letter, okay, I will write for you here the natural mad. It's going to be waw with a sukun also, but it's going to be preceded by Damah. Okay? In Quran, to differentiate in between those two, they put the sign of sukun over the east letter. But the natural mad, of course, has a sukun. They didn't put a sukun to help you recognize that this is a natural mad and this is an east letter. And if it will be extended, it will be an east mad. Okay? Is this important? Yes, it's important to distinguish between the two kinds. Because when we reach the mudud, inshallah, there are some kinds of mudud of extending the mad could be applied to the natural mad and couldn't be applied to the east letter. That's why they make the sign. So while you are reading, if you forget about the rule of mudud, you are going to notice, okay, this is the east mad, okay, or east letter. I can't apply this kind of mad here. Okay? Okay. I will repeat the video again, okay? Kindly notice very well, okay? So not here, notice here, my dears. You can see the back of the tongue is raised, okay? And the tip of the tongue here is touching that lower front teeth from inside. This is between practice. We don't say this as an articulation point. We make it for you to take care, because some maybe they will raise the back of the tongue and the tip of the tongue will not be here. Ow, ow, this is different sound, different sound. The Arabic, well, it's the back of the tongue will be raised. Between practice, for you, take care where is the tip of the tongue. Okay? The lips are rounded and in an O shape, and the opening is average, not too big, not too wide. And of course, the sound is running all through the oral cavity. Okay? The exact articulation point, which is the back of the tongue and the lips, we have 3 cases sharing the same articulation point. The waw as an east letter, waw with any short vowel, and the short vowel itself is kasra. Okay. This video, which I'm going to play now, inshallah. Before it begins, my dear, before it begins, I would like kindly to tell you what you're going to see. In this video, they are making comparison between the articulation point of the 3 natural mads, between the natural mad alif and the natural mad ya and the natural mad waw. And he's going to explain, but in Arabic, that regarding natural mad waw and natural mad ya, we have the cases which I explained to you, the ya with any short vowel, the is ya, the kasra, and also for the same for waw. So kindly just pay attention to the sound of the natural mad alif. Some Arabic words will be in between, just to neglect it. This is the best I can to clip this video. And by the way, the video which I wanted to make a montage for it, for reciting Fatiha, the 3 ayah of Fatiha, I tried, but still one sister was there. So Inshallah, if when I will have time, I will do it again. Now, pay attention kindly.
وهي تخرج من الوترين الصوتيين. انظروا.
There is something here, my dears. This is the vocal cords. Vocal cords are here at the end of the throat. Okay. So when I would like to, when we say, as we said before, the oral cavity, we said begin from the vocal cords. Here he's going to explain one of the characteristics of natural matter, which that they are voiced letters. That means the vocal cords are going to vibrate, are going to vibrate too much because the air, the majority of the air is trapped behind the vocal cord. That's why it's going to trail too much, okay, or vibrate too much, producing the sound of the three natural matter. The three natural matter are voiceless. I didn't. I just want. I had to explain this for you because this is what you're going to see.
لا مرة ثانية. لا مرة ثالثة. لا.
This is the sound of the natural mad alif. لا لا لا. Okay.
واضح؟ هذه الألف المادية. الواو المادية.
This is the natural mad wow.
أيضا عبرنا باللون الأبيض بالدخان الأبيض عن الهواء الذي يعني يخرج مع صوت الواو.
He's explaining in Arabic. This is the natural mad wow.
لاحظ انضمام الشفتين. لاحظ انضمام الشفتين. لاحظ منشأ الصوت. أين ينشأ الصوت؟ أيوة من الوترين. كذلك الأمر أيها الإخوة بالنسبة للياء المادية.
Now he's going to explain about the articulation point of natural mad.
اسمعوها وانظروها. انظر ارتفاع وسط اللسان.
Here, of course, as you remember, the middle of the tongue will be raised and the lower jaw will be lowered. This we already took. So notice kindly when you see the video.
تمام. أن تحركت الشفتان.
Okay. Okay, my dears. So, by this way, we took the three natural math, articulation point of them, and what's showing the exact articulation point with them. What we still have to do is to practice upon Nour El Bayan or Al Qira'iyya upon the natural mad wow. Okay, I'm going to share this with you. Okay. As usual in our dear book Nour El Bayan, when we practice any natural math, we begin by making a comparison between the short vowel of this natural math and the natural math itself. Of course, Waw and Damah. Waw, she is the mother, and Damah, she is the daughter. Both are sharing the same articulation point. Only difference, it is the duration. The Damah, it's in time, it's half the time of the natural mad wow. Only. Notice me when I'm going to pronounce. The first one, ooh. The second one, ooh. Same position. Same position. The first one is ooh. The second one is ooh. Only the duration. Here, of course, it's long. Okay? The first one, ooh. Second one, ooh. The first one is one count. The second one, it's one count for the Damah, two counts for the Waw natural mad. So, first one, ooh. And second one is ooh. So simple as that. So, only this. Now we are old enough, and thanks to God, alhamdulillah, we took the natural mad alif, We took the natural mad ya. We took the natural mad waw. So he is going to give us a chance to practice all the three sounds together. First one, sha, sha, she, shoo. Look to my mouth. Sha, vertical opening. She, lower my lower jaw. Shoo, back of the tongue, and my lips are rounded in an average scale. Da, remember, natural mad alif is following the letter before it. If it's heavy letter, it's going to also to be heavy letter. It's heavy letter, da, okay? So, da, di, do, my dear. What I'm going to say now is very important. We said, avoid smiling position. With natural mad alif, it's going to give you imala. Imala means the sound will be something in between alif and ya. Da, da, wrong. If you make the smiling position with the natural mad ya, it will give you gunna. So when you recite the Quran, you are going to have gunna, gunna, gunna. If you have ya, if you have kasra, and you will know why. Even if you bring the articulation point of the letter itself correct. Imagine how this is very important. If I say blee, 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 I closed my mouth, my nose, sorry, so it affected the sound. Blee, 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 blee doesn't affect. But if I make the smiling position, it will affect because part of the sound is running through your nasal cavity. You are causing gunna to be happening. I will make and will close my nose. Blee, blee, blee. Imagine. So smiling position completely wrong in Quran at all. And then do. The mistakes you can commit here with Damah or with wow is different from one nationality to another. Turkish and okay, we don't have any Turkish. Anyway, if I talk, I will talk generally without specific certain nationality. If your mother tongue doesn't have words that begin with O or which is more or less equal to the Arabic wow, then you will have some problem if you are going to read a word beginning with wow, like walwalidain. In such a case, maybe you will say valwalidain va. Maybe I don't. Some do this. They put the tip of the upper teeth upon the lower lip. Valwalidain va. This is wrong. To avoid this mistake, if you have, round your lips well and make the average opening. If I say ow, by this, the teeth, even if it try to touch, it's away. The lower lip is already away from the teeth. Okay? Some, they will make the opening narrow. No. Do, it will be compressed sound. Compressed sound, that means if I hear do, I can distinguish really the sound. Kindly close the microphones all. Okay? Sanja or yeah, thank you. Okay, so those are the mistakes you may apply. And the tip of the thing, pay attention where it is, touching the lower teeth from inside. If it's moved any other place, it will be ow, do. Okay. The same here. I'm going to take this second example. I'd like to have all the short vowels with me. La, lu, li, لا. You can repeat after me each one alone loudly, but close your microphone, please. لا. لو. لي. Okay. The same idea. Here, repeat it. Here they give us difference between two letters as usual. Difference only. It's the natural mad in the middle. Here, it is the same almost here, but we have a natural mad in the middle and natural mad in the end. This training or those examples here are telling us, please pay attention to the duration. Do not extend the kasra, so you will have yeah, or do not shortage the natural mad waw or ya or alif, so it will be turned into fatha. And by this way, you are going to cancel on the Quran. The first one is sumi, sumi. The second, sumi, sumi, sumi. Quli, 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 quli. Kuni, 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 kuni. لوحظ، 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 لوحظ. Those are two different, even in meaning. In Quran, those are all words from Quran. I'm going to check that to have some, take some examples randomly. For this one, tubu, all the letters having either Damah or Waw. So my position, all the words, it's in the position of natural mad Waw or the Damah. Look to my mouth. Tubu, tubu, tubu. Harun, Harun, Harun. And pay attention for this. We are going to take it later. Sorry. No, this is I'm talking about something else. Okay, I'm sorry. No, this is just Harun. Okay. Yusuf also all even the yeah, it's having Damah, so my position is here. I want you to notice something which is very important, my dear. Regarding you, Yusuf, you. First, I'm going in any letter with short vowel. I'm going to take the ya with Damah as an example. It's ya with Damah. When I pronounce any letter with Damah, I have two actions to do. Number one, I'm going to go to the articulation point of the letter itself, which is yeah. The second, I'm going to go to the articulation point of the short vowel, which is Damah. So, slow motion. I'm going to pronounce you slow motion. First, I'm going to pronounce yeah and then Damah. E, look, middle of the tongue raised, and the lower two is lowered. E, U, you, so you. But it takes no time. But this is what happened with any letter, with any short vowel. First, you pronounce the letter and then the short vowel. So you achieve two articulation points at the same time. So you, so you. Take care. I'm going to take the last example here. For example, أكون okay. How it looks in Quran. the waw which we know, and also could be looked like this, my dears, like this. This is also waw. This is also waw. Natural mad waw. We are going to pronounce it as waw, like you can see here. This, the tiny one here, this is natural mad waw. Yeah, it's going to be extended for 2 counts. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, here, for example, in this word, I have the first waw with Damah. And then the second one is natural mad waw because it is having sukoon and proceed by Damah. So it's going to be ooh, Uriya, Uriya, Uriya.